Hello, BookTube. This is a continuation of the bookshelf tour of the fourth bookcase, which is a series of bookcases that run along a large wall in the living room. Across the top of that whole thing is I have the art books running straight down. Um, so this is I believe, the fourth video of that art collection. And let's get to it. The first volume is another Fiden press. We've seen a couple of these. This is Berenson, the Italian painters of the Renaissance, with 400 illustrations. Um, if you look here, you can see there's two. I hope you can see it. I don't know how to do this in the light here, maybe. I think right there you can see there's two different colors of paper. You know. Show you this. So here's the title page, and you're going to see something you've seen before. So it says The Italian Painters of the Renaissance by Bernard Berenson, Fiden Publishers Incorporated, distributed by Garden City Books, New York. All rights in this edition is reserved by Fiden Press Limited. This is the fourth impression of 1956. So here I'm going to show you the title page. Now the glare is going to be something. Oh, maybe I can get it right. It's not going to be perfect here, but it's another one of these that have these glued in images. In this case, Pisanella, Madonna and Child with Two Saints from the National Gallery in London. So the essays in this are the Venetian painters, the Florentine painters, the Central Italian painters, the North Italian painters, the decline of art, and the plates. So I'm not going to, each time I'm not going to show you that these plates are glued in. You can probably tell the color plates. So this is Carlo Crivelli, Still Life with a Peacock, detail of plate 14. So the plates are going to be in the back. That's why the color difference in the paper, because it's different paper. That was Titian Le Homme Agont, plate number 50. So I wanted to show you a few of these plates. So Ceseda, St. Francis betrothal to Lady Poverty. Quite beautiful. So the plates in the back look like this. So they're not color plates. And they go with the text. And there's quite a few of them. So Bernard Berenson was quite a character. And he was actually the teacher or mentor, I'm not sure quite how you'd want to phrase it, of the person involved with all the next books in this part of the book tour. Some of his Berenson stuff was controversial, how he identified stuff as being from the Renaissance, and then who he identified it for, and whether they had a fiduciary interest, or I'm not sure how you'd phrase it. But anyhow, be that as it may, he was an important art historian. And the other person I'm talking about, and we'll spend the rest of the time on, is Kenneth Clark. And the first one I want to show is Civilization. And the reason, and there's Mr. Clark, the reason for that is that's how I first, and a lot of people in my generation, first came to know Kenneth Clark, was in the great documentary series Civilization. And that's what, it played a role in my interest in history and in art and the humanities. And it's one of the first great documentary series, I think, made. This book you can certainly find in book sales and old used bookstores. This is 1969. It's really well illustrated. So it's Kenneth Clark, Civilization, and it's a personal view, which he's careful to say. It starts in the Middle Ages. Just give you some idea of the illustrations. And if you get a chance, I think you can actually watch the documentary on YouTube, and it would be, I think, worth it. Not everybody. Some folks think he was a bit of a highbrow, and he was very upper class, that's for sure. So, be that as it may. So, a good book. And another one here is The Romantic Rebellion. Unfortunately, I don't have a dust jacket for this. Kenneth Clark, The Romantic Rebellion, Romantic versus Classic Art, Harper and Row. And this is 1973. Some folks thought that Kenneth Clark didn't give enough kudos to modern art, and that may be true. But as a guide and a teacher, I always found him to be... keep the glare off these. To be enjoyable. We looked on the first bookshelf tour. I had a Folio Society on his volume on the nude, and it's beautiful. To finish him up, this is an odd little book. The Praetorita, the autobiography of John Ruskin, with an introduction by Sir Kenneth Clark. This is an old volume. Rupert Hart Davis. A lot of foxing going on here. This is from 1949. Praetorita, outlines of scenes and thoughts, perhaps worthy of memory in my past life, by John Ruskin, the great art historian, with an introduction by Kenneth Clark. London, Rupert Hart Davis, 1949. Really odd book. Excellent introduction by Mr. Clark. But, John Ruskin was born in 1819 and died in 1900. By the end of his life, he was almost universally regarded as one of the great teachers of art and morals in the contemporary world. So that combination, art and morals, may make it a bit dated, but an odd volume that I ran into once, and I'm glad I did. Now this next volume is Kenneth Clark, Another Part of the Wood, a self-portrait. Oh, here's a... Oh, I remember this. Yeah, Nahum J. Waxman, Harper and Row Publishers is his business card. So Another Part of the Wood, a self-portrait, Harper and Row Publishers, New York. This is 1974. Some pictures of Mr. Clark growing up. So this is his autobiography, basically. It's the first of 2 volumes. There's his father. Let's see. That's where he grew up. So he was definitely... there's his mother. There. Let's see what they have. Let's see. There's his wife with the twins. There's Bernard Berenson, who we just talked about right there. There he is as a young man. So, fascinating story. There's actually 2 parts of this. There's another volume, which I have not picked up, but I will if I see it. And then this is a biography, not an autobiography. And this is actually by Meryl Seacrest. And she had done a book called Being Bernard Berenson, so you can see the connection. So this, Kenneth Clark, a biography. Let's see. Halt, Reinhardt, and Winston, New York. And this is from 1984. It's the first American edition. Let's see here. Alright. We get some good photos. So this is part of his home, Saltwood Castle. There's Jane Clark, stylish. There's a library at his family home. He's growing up. So he's an interesting character, not to everybody's taste, but I've always enjoyed his stuff. So that's the fourth bookcase, and this is the fourth part of the bookshelf tour, the art books. There's quite a few to go. So thank you, BookTube.